In 1919, the residents of Boston's North End were used to the smell of sweetness. A massive, 50-foot-tall steel tank filled with 2.3 million gallons of fermenting molasses. It leaked so much that local kids would often bring jars to catch the drippings. But on January 15th, that sweet leak turned into a 35-mile-per-hour wall of doom. The tank wasn't just full, it was structurally exhausted. It had been built quickly and cheaply, and the steel was too thin. As the temperature rose from 2 degrees to 40 degrees in a single day, the fermenting molasses inside expanded, creating massive internal pressure. Suddenly the rivets popped like machine gun fire and the tank disintegrated. A wave of molasses between 15 and 25 feet high exploded into the streets. You might think you could outrun syrup, but because molasses is 1.5 times denser than water, it moved with the force of a landslide. It didn't just flow, it acted like a liquid wrecking ball, smashing buildings off their foundations and picking up freight cars like they were toys.
Finding this story sweet but terrifying? Stick with us by hitting that subscribe button and giving us a like. We're pouring out new history every day. Quick question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever had to clean up off the floor? Tell us in the comments.
The science of the cleanup was just as intense as the flood itself. Because molasses is so viscous, it didn't just drain away. Rescuers and cleanup crews had to trudge through waist-deep goo that acted like quicksand. To get rid of it, the Boston Fire Department used high-pressure saltwater hoses. They discovered that fresh water just made the molasses stickier, while the salt in the ocean water helped break down the sugars so they could be swept into the harbor. The disaster left the city of Boston literally glued together. The harbor stayed brown until summer, and the rescue workers tracked the syrup into the subways, onto telephones, and into their homes. For decades afterward, local residents claimed that on hot, humid days, the entire North End would still smell like old, sweet molasses. The legal battle that followed was a milestone for engineering. It was one of the first times that expert witnesses, like structural engineers, were used in court to prove that a company was negligent in its construction. It changed building codes forever, ensuring that cheap and fast wouldn't lead to another sticky end. From exploding rivets to saltwater fire hoses, the Great Molasses Flood proved that even the sweetest things can be incredibly dangerous. Subscribe for more unexpected history. Settings, add word-by-word subtitles.